Welcome everyone, TheDailyWoo here. Today's adventure will be a walk and a talk, if you will. Downtown Celebration, Market Street. I'm approaching Market Square, which is just behind me. Well, Market Square is here. I guess you'd call it a circle. Has the fountain. Reminds me of the Orange Circle, which, for those who have forgotten, me, I'm talking to myself, me included, I still do have a place in Orange County, California. Sometimes I forget about that because I've spent so much time here in Central Florida, lest none of us forget, including myself, that I have to return to SoCal. And that's kind of what I want to mention. Also want to kind of talk about Disneyland accepting out-of-state guests. Now there's an interesting asterisk there because I do have a Florida ID in my wallet. It's moving back to Central Florida. Now have, once again, I'm a Florida resident. So there's a little gray area. Well, not really a gray area, a distinct cutoff point where you are not supposed to, even though I have heard rumors that none of the theme parks out in SoCal are checking IDs, and those from other states are attending. It is frowned upon and you are not supposed to do so. So I did not go, plus I had some jury duty last month. There's a whole bunch of stuff. Did not go to the reopenings of Disneyland. I'll mention that in a minute. I'm gonna go over to Starbucks and get myself a piping hot caffeinated beverage. Had a friend in town, my friend Natalie was here for a week. We did a lot of Disney content, used some of my DVC points, stayed at some of the hotels, ate at some of the restaurants, had 3 theme park days, did a couple park hopping days. It was good times. All those videos were uploaded. Let me just go on a little bit of a ramble here about this channel, TheDailyWoo. Now this started as an everyday video. I did 5 years and 2 months, 1,911 days. Don't quote me on that, I believe it was, on how I did every day without missing a day. Since then, I took a couple months off, did a couple big projects over on the TheDailyWoo channel. By the way, I'm inviting you to join me. Shall you? As I have a little walk and talk. Pretty much since I quit the everyday uploads, I've gone back to pretty much everyday uploads. I will miss a day here and there, maybe a couple days a month, but consistently I probably upload 25, 27 to 30, depending on how many days in the month there are, uploads per month. I get tunnel vision. I get on a streak where I just want to upload, I want to deliver content out there, and I want to keep myself active and busy, which is what's kind of rolling around in the head right now. The purpose of this channel right now, the TheDailyWoo channel, is for me to stay busy, to motivate myself, to get off of the couch, to get out of bed, to do things that are not necessarily required, but I feel it is a positive aspect to just stay, you know, they say a rolling stone gathers no moss. Now, sometimes I will have family, I will have friends, I will have people in town who are visiting, or there will be something that I want to do. Sometimes I do not want to go on a cross-country road trip. Sometimes I do not want to do a heavily researched project. So I wake up in the morning and will say, heck it, let me just film the day, whether it is eating a donut, drinking a coffee, going to a theme park, all those things that I enjoy. Why not document them for the channel? So let me just make this statement. Let me make it perfectly clear. The point of this channel is just to show what I am doing. Now, I will always, you know, not deliver basically something me just sitting around. I try to put something out there that's not too incredibly boring, and I try to have some sort of subject matter. Maybe give me the benefit of the doubt on that. But also keep in mind, it's just me filming more or less what I can do in a day. And that being said, you can also put that into filming locations, even heavily researched projects that I will be doing in between filming, in between editing. I will be researching stuff. So some of the more heavily researched things that take time off camera to, you know, look on Google Street View, look on Google Earth, research projects, look through books, things of that nature, talk to people. All of that stuff is not documented on camera until the day arises. So if you'll notice, any of the filming locations that I have done here on TheDailyWoo have all been done in one day. I will prepare ahead of that day. I will have the screen captures, and then I will go out, and it will all be done in accordance with my day. It's just kind of an unusual thing. I do not stockpile footage. I never film more than one video at a time. It's always consistent. If I do a road trip, the video will come out usually the day of, or worst case scenario, the next morning. I try to keep it consistent with a daily vlog channel. Okay, now that that is off and out there into the universe and understood, got to get myself some coffee, and I'm going to talk about whether or not, and travel plans. Yes, I am ready to hit the road. Travel plans back to my home in Southern California, Orange County, California, which needs to happen sooner than later. I have been here months. I have even forgotten that I have a place out there. You might have forgotten, and I do not want anyone to forget it. Well, I don't want anyone to forget that I have, including myself. Let me go get some coffee. That was a long intro. I think I said I'm inviting you to join me, but I'm saying it again. You want to join me? I think you should. I think you shall. Sometimes I feel as if I may be doing things what would be the word? Not the wrong way, but the incorrect way, or maybe not the simplest way. For example, if I went on a road trip and I did 5 or 6 days out on the road, I could film 2 or 3 videos a day, and then when I got back to either coast, I could have like a week off. I feel like that would probably be easier on my mental state, or maybe even giving me some days off, but I don't really like taking days off. As stated, it's all about being active, not sitting around, and just doing stuff. Now, there may come a day when that will happen. Maybe I will just start uploading over on my original channel, the TheDailyWoo channel, which I haven't uploaded in a while. Take a step back, take a, I don't want to say retirement, because that'll happen one day. A full retirement will happen one day, way down the road. Not anytime soon, but maybe I could adjust things. But for now, and how it's always been, it is a day by day, almost like a 24-hour challenge to myself to get up, to film, to edit, to have it uploaded, make it live the next morning, very relevant. And part of the reason I don't do 2 or 3 or 4 or 5 videos in a day and then get back and then have stockpile footage is because if something happens, if something is relevant the day of, I don't want it to mix up the continuity of what I've been doing. I don't want to be in Tennessee. Let's say I went to Pigeon Forge, Tennessee for a week, and then halfway through Pigeon Forge, if I got back here and I had videos from Gatlinburg, and then all of a sudden something happened here that was relevant, like an opening of something, I wouldn't want to throw those into the mix and then immediately after confuse myself and everyone else that I am somewhere else. That's just the way I do. I cannot wrap my head around that concept. Maybe one day I will be able to wrap my head around that and give myself some peace of mind, but anyway, I'm going over here to the Starbucks and get myself a hazelnut latte hot, if they have. I'm just spewing out a lot of stuff today. Back in the wintertime, I just got my coffee here. Back in the wintertime, I drove from California, wanted to have my car out here in Central Florida, so drove my own personal vehicle through Texas, southern Texas. I thought it can't be that bad in a winter storm in southern Texas. Across I-40 through Amarillo or those areas would be bad, but not across I-10. Boy, was I sorely mistaken, and hit the frozen tundra of Texas. It was very dangerous. Should not have done it, but I was already heading forward, heading across eastbound. And I did it. I thought, once I get my car out here, I am never gonna have my own personal vehicle in Southern California again. Both ways here, good to go. And now I'm thinking maybe I should have my own personal vehicle in Southern California again. My original thought process was, when I get back to Orange County, California, I'll have rental cars. I can rent cars, I can take Uber, I can catch rides with friends, etc. Looking up rental cars, I'm always looking at cross-country road trips going into different areas of the US. And rental cars right now are insanely expensive, which is fine. It goes with the territory, part of the job. You have to spend money to do things, but man, it is exorbitant. So now I'm thinking, should I just take my personal vehicle, drive it back to California, Maybe not on this trip, but another trip. Anyway, just thinking out loud this time. Disneyland is reopening. Well, Disneyland is reopened. Disneyland is reopening to out-of-state guests. I gotta switch hands. Here we go. To out-of-state guests, which would be considered me, even though I do have a place out there. In my wallet is a Florida resident driver's license. June 15th. I believe, I haven't really kept up with this. I'm not the best at keeping up with things. News, information, things of that nature. Especially when I am on one coast, I kind of avoid researching and seeing things or even paying attention. When it comes to social media, I don't follow anyone. It's just what close friends, I see their profiles, things like that. But as far as me getting a news feed, whether it be on any of the social media platforms, I don't have any of that, so I'm not inundated with info. Nonetheless, June 15th, as of how I know, I will be allowed to show up and go into Disneyland. I bought a 10-day ticket off an off-site deal, and I also have a couple through Disneyland. The off-site ones are legitimate tickets, but they're through a third party, and I got those so that when they have the reopenings, not use them. So by the end of the year, I think I have 10 or 12 days to use by the end of the year. Annual passes are not a thing out there anymore. And I am here to say, as I switch hands again, I am here to say, I am not gonna do an overload of Disneyland when I get back out there. Will I go on the 15th? I'm being sidetracked. Will I be out there on June 15th, the opening day for for residents of other states, which I'm a Florida resident, like I said, asterisk, have a place on both coasts. Nonetheless, I will not be there. No. The answer is no. I will not be there with bells on, nor will I be there without bells. I will not be there at all on June 15th. In fact, I will still be here. Boy, that sun is bright. The sun is very, very bright. I will still be here or driving across the country or elsewhere. I might be elsewhere. I have some other ideas. It is windy of what I'm going to be doing. I will not be out into Southern California. Well, I should probably get in the sun so you can see me. Until end of June, early July. Oh, that's good. Some pressure washing going on out here. Apologies for the noise. Not landscaping, but you know, it's kind of the same noise as landscaping. So yeah, that's it. Going back to Southern California. Don't know if I'm gonna drive, if I'm gonna fly, if I'm gonna rent a car. It's all very vague. Hello, bird. Hello, bird down there, sitting by the shore, getting a nice little view. So my plan is to do maybe one day at Disneyland, one day at DCA. I like to do Universal Studios, I like to do Knott's. That's kind of it. That's kind of it. I'm not gonna go too wild and crazy with the Disneyland content, but I'll do a few. Things might change, my thoughts might change once I get out there. Do have some filming locations I would like to do out there. And I've kind of like taken 2021 as more of kind of a wash. Kind of a year that's just gonna be, I won't say thrown away, but it's almost like a continuation of 2020. You know, 2020, not a lot was able to be done. And I feel like 2021 is just a little bit of a step above 2020 in a lot of ways. Definitely very thankful that it has progressed a lot since last year, but it is not fully back to its armed and operational normalcy. 2022, in fact, kept my place out in Southern California, knowing that 2022 will be fully game on. So until then, in 2021, I will be shuffling back and forth. Now, I've been out here for a few months. It will not be that way the rest of the year. I will be doing a lot of traveling, whether it be flying, renting cars, or my own personal vehicle, back and forth from California to Florida, and going through some of the other nooks and crannies of the US. I would say probably a month in each place and then back to the other place. Haunt season will be very prevalent in Southern California into September. Early October, I will be back here for Walt Disney World's 50th anniversary, which I will be at with a huge smile on my face. A lot of times, well, here's a fact. Whenever those watch videos or watch someone's life, they always have ideas of what is really going on or what the future holds, or they forget about the past. Everyone looks at the present, what you are doing at this moment. They don't look at what you've been through to get to a certain point, and they don't look at the future of what you may or may not have planned. So some may think, oh, Adam's just going to be in Florida forever. That is not the case. Still have a place out in SoCal, still going to be traveling, have a lot of ideas. It's been a wacky year and a half, that is for sure. And all this has been going according to my design. I think that's a misquote of the Emperor, but you understand. You understand what I was going for. I've also mentioned this before, but let me just reiterate. I have one particular project that is a massive undertaking project across the US that I really want to do. I wanted to do it last year, was not meant to be. And the more I research it and think about it as far as travel and travel prices, everyone and their brother, cousins, nephews, moms, dads, nieces, dogs, previous owners, best friends are traveling right now. Everyone is hitting the road or hopping on a plane. Planes are full. Oh, how things have changed recently. I did a lot of traveling. Well, I haven't really stopped traveling. I haven't really stopped doing things. And I have seen the natural progression of people going out and doing stuff. And it is a positive thing. However, people were kind of kept inside for so long, at one with their thoughts and their self. And now they want to go out and live life, which is great. Unless you're trying to book an airline ticket and there aren't any, there are no longer separating seats. Plane flight tickets have gone up. Rental car prices, whoo! I looked up one the other day, what normally a one-way, a lot of times I'll do one-way rentals from, cross country. And I had one particular place in mind to another particular place in mind, east to west coast. I think it was over like a 15-day deal. A one-way ticket or one-way rental would probably be $1,100, $1,200, $1,300 for something like that, which is still kind of pricey because you're dropping it off at a different spot. It was $3 grand, $3,000. Which I'd probably still do, but oh goodness, maybe I should not do that. Anyway, so I feel like there are some warning signs, some red flags that are being thrown up for some of these massive road trip projects that I want to do, that maybe I should just wait till next year to do. And I haven't really spent time at my home out in Southern California. So as stated, just living life, doing things. There's plenty to document out there, plenty to document here. I could even possibly go on a plane and go to one place, a location, not even rent a car, just go in for a couple days, go somewhere else, hop around. So all this, it's very confusing. Let's just I could title this the Thinking Out Loud series, which I do a lot. People ask all the time, what are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? Close friends, family, a lot will ask me, what are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? And I have to answer, I don't even know what I'm gonna do. I change my mind more than, if I ever meet you in person and we hang out and we're talking and I tell you my plans, realize that those most likely are going to change 8 times before the end of our lunch. That's just the way my mind works. I don't have the answers. I don't know what I'm gonna do. I am grateful and thankful for my life to be able to have the availability. I think something is biting my leg down here. Get off me, spider. That's it. as of right now, the plan is to head back to Southern California at the end of this month. Be there by early July or the end of June, whether it by plane, whether it be by bus, whether it be by car, my car or rental car. I will not be at Disneyland on June 15th. I will probably do a day or two at Disneyland early July. I like to do Universal. And then I'll just do some other stuff. And then I will be back out here. By the way, don't want to give any spoilers, but I don't even know. I have a ticket and a hotel for Dragon Con in Atlanta early September. However, they might not have it. Dragon Con might not happen. There is no official confirmation, even though the website is up. So California, back to Atlanta, back to Orlando, Central Florida area, back in September again for all of September for haunt season. I'm excited about SoCal haunts. And then back here, October, for Walt Disney World's 50th anniversary, October 1st, that week. Okay, I know I've confused you. I've said so much, yet I've said so little. Cheers, have a wonderful day. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next video. This has been a Walk and Talk, a Thinking Out Loud series with me, TheDailyWoo here. Have I been out of focus this whole time? Out of focus, out of order. The vlog is over. One more thing, I was talking about the daily uploads and the kind of 24-hour thing where it's like I get up, I film, edit in the afternoon or the night, upload the next day. I think a lot of it just makes me feel like I'm accomplishing something, where if I wasn't doing that, and one day, mark my words, you know, I say I change my mind a lot, but one day, this will most likely end. Well, it will end. And I will move on to something else. I have to put everything into any projects I've done. I've always been that way. One day, I will not put everything into this project, this YouTube channel, and I will move on to something else. But until that day happens and comes, I'm going to keep doing things this way. One day, it won't be this way. And I'll move on to other endeavors that I will put my heart and soul into. But for now, this is what I love to do. It's how I make a living. It's how I put content out there. It's how I stay content. It's how I enjoy life. And it's what I know. It's what I've done for 11 years. In fact, going full time, when I quit the last job I had was on August 9th, 2011. So on August 9th of 2021 will be the official full time on YouTube, where I haven't punched a clock anymore. So for me, it's just what I do.